Hey yo, and welcome back to the letter. We've left the mansion, the creepy mansion, even though the scary voices kept wanting us to stay, and they were saying, help me. We're in the car with Ash, our totally not boyfriend, but will totally be our boyfriend eventually. Unless we get him killed. Hopefully we don't. And, we're going to see our other friend. So let's see what happens and how long it takes for us to get back into the mansion. Let's go! Odd, but he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic. In the previous line, she said that he's taking the long route. But I think he just wants to spend extra time with her. Us.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Depends on the person.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Shut up! And you aren't answering my question.
That earns a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that I find most of them funny. It'll only make his head bigger. Stupid Ash.
Alright. Lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
So is he a detective? He recounts what he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, and the big case he's been stuck working on. Stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. Although most of it are trimmed down versions, only things he can tell. He has always been careful about that. Even in the way he spins his answers to my questions. Just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone when he mentions something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they keep slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining, regardless. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, nope, not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there, along with countless others I've let go. Time passes quickly between us in this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie house. The theater? Point of no return. A small crowd has already formed in front of the theater when we arrive. The Lift Fest, short for Luxembourg Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year's no different. What's that say? Pocket chibi. I'm trying to see. I can't see that. Bat cat? I think it says Bat Cat. I've only been to a few indie film screenings with Zach, so I don't know what to expect on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers, and with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard, once, early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach!
He looks like a teddy bear. He doesn't look intimidating at all.
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller so that not to bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting, and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
That's cringe. It's very cringe. The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palpable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zach seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended. But years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to the other's ears. Or at least enough for both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
What does chicken down mean?
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beat passes. And then Zach laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
Is it just me, or do his arms look a little short? It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Even now and then, Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. Beck and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ash, and his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
I was like, yeah.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true, they've known each other far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all. No, Ash is gonna be my boyfriend.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie.
Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Was that Becca? Speak of the devil. Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulders and turned me around.
Becca, you're just in time.
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places her hands on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face.
How are you? Are you alright?
Why wouldn't I be?
Rose called me earlier.
The beans have been spilt. Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by, and the only other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I push Becca's hand down away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all at once moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using you as a human shield.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off.
Yeah, it's not.
Come on, at least let me check it.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face. Jealousy. But it's gone before I can figure out what it is. Do you like Ash? Too bad, he's going to be my boyfriend.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Make it more obvious, Becca.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sighs unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
Are you upset? It's because he likes me and not you.
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When at least she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
No.
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
Make it more obvious, just tell him your feelings, but he won't reciprocate them.
If you say so.
Because he likes me.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside.
I love Twizzlers. I will take Twizzlers.
Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna pop out the letter. I pull myself off Becca to get my wallet from the bag, and
What's this?
it's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. Curse tall people! I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now I really wish I had that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I know how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They are still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful, sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? So does this count as... Because it says to give it to 5 people. There's the first set of 3, which was McCulloch and the Wrights. And then now there's these 3. Because Rose didn't open it. So that's 6 people she's given it to. Or is it the person holding it that counts? Or am I looking too much into this? I don't know the rules. How do I fix this? Someone please. Today is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way.
It's not a prank.
It makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed.
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
If it's in broad daylight, you should probably believe it more, because then there's no, like, oh, it's just a shadow in the dark.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
I saw it before I fell down the stairs.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other.
You don't know.
When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hands and stuffed it in my bag. With more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house. I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache in the back of my head, begging for a little attention I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there is only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. Before I can take a single step away from the group,
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
Thanks, bro.
And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this, even though he even took time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too, I'm pretty sure that it's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless, so careless. Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us. Oh, I hate choices. I'm gonna have to play this more than once. Ooh, stay for the movie or go home. if it were me, I don't know what I would do in this situation, because, like, I wouldn't want to disappoint Zach, because, you know, it's his big premiere. But if I was, like, this upset, I am a people pleaser. I have the inability to say no to people. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach, something he worked so hard to bring to life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with a few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened, they'll listen to me? There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. A smile is back on my face when I look back at them.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
I'm gonna punch you in your nose. This time, I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Stupid Ash, being vertically challenged has its perks too. Yeah, it does. You can punch people right in the kneecaps.
What was that for?
For being an asshole.
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one.
Aw, don't cry.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too. If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
Just like, stop having these cute moments. Ash is supposed to be mine. Too bad, Becca. Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that, the same question likely swimming inside our minds. What's up with her? Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? No, she likes Ash. You guys are so dense. I'll try asking her about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food, I promise.
I want Twizzlers.
But you'll miss it.
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember?
He's probably seen it a million times.
I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on my shoulder, and then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise, most of the crowd is already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes out from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside.
And then?
What?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. Is this like 7 Years a Slave movie going on? That movie was a bit intense. I don't think I saw the whole thing, but I saw like most of it, because I think I caught it like part of the way through. In his own movie premiere, now the film's just serving as a background noise while we're speaking on hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd all get kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any arguments happen. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I'd think we did something that offended her. She likes Ash! Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
You weren't there. That kind of stuff makes me angry. Like, you are the person that experiences something, and it's like, it's there, it happened, and then someone else is like, that didn't happen. I'm like, you weren't fucking there. Like, you can't just say it didn't. You know? Like, if someone tells, like, if my friend, like tells me something that I think might be like, whoa, that doesn't sound like it's plausible. You know, I ask some questions about it, but I'm not going to be like, hey, that didn't happen. Unless, like, I know they're like because, like, you know, there's people that are just like blatant liars, and that's different. But like, she doesn't seem like the person to lie all the time. And this just seems like, I don't know, it bothers me.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge.
Like what? Someone put up props to scare people for no reason?
If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Don't come at me with logic.
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Yeah, like hundreds. Oh, the house did change hands over the years from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
What could it hurt?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
Cool.
You'd do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Fuck you. There are a few minutes in my life when I wished my glowers can kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant.
You took it too far, asshole.
Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one, but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
See? Like, it should have just went straight there. It shouldn't have been like this disbelief thing. It should have went, oh, you're in distress. Let's figure out how to make you feel better about the situation. Not like, no, that didn't happen. That's stupid. Ash might be right, too. However, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease, but it's better than being ignored or laughed at. Exactly! Like, even if you don't believe the person, like, you're not feeding the delusion. You want to make them feel, like, you know, validated. Don't make them feel stupid. Help them. Make them feel like you're there for them. I can take comfort in knowing that they're willing to hear me out. That's all you had to do.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
Why can't we do both?
I don't know.
Meet with the priest, meet with the professor. What do you say, an ethnographer? I don't even know what that is. I had to Google that shit. A person who studies and describes... Excuse me? A person who studies and describes the culture from a particular society or group. So it's like they study culture? Because, like, I don't think the priest will work. Because I think the spirit is asking for something. I don't know if the spirit is just malicious and is just trying to trick us or whatever, or if they actually need help. Because, like, the ghost didn't kill us, even though it had, like, multiple opportunities to do so. So I think, based on the definition of the professor's study, we might be able to, like, learn more about her. So I think the professor might be more beneficial.
I'll think about it, but if ever, I'd like to give talking to Andrew a try. Is that okay? Won't he have other things to do?
He is a bit busy, but he'll make time for me. He's my go-to person when I'm stuck in something. He won't mind if I bring a friend with me this time.
If you're sure.
I guess that settles it then.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it, yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
You right.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
Yeah, you just don't want me talking to Ash.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look. Even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding, but her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca is acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after the kind you can share with people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter's forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Ooh, night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. And now that the film is over, it's also the video's time to be over. Dun dun dun! Yep, unfortunately, we're at the end of this video. But there will be more videos, because I am very interested in where this story goes, and I'm hoping I'm steering it in a good direction, and that I won't get everybody killed. And I hope this doesn't follow movie tropes. If not, we have to protect Zack at all costs. We will protect him with our life, in our tiny, tiny body. But I don't know if we, like, switch characters, since it, like, the game started with, like, a little title of Isabella. So we'll see. But thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I post. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!